floor. This building is primarily classrooms and offices.
And then our center is in here.
Step, just like step one.
Hello, Erin. Let me introduce you to the Lieutenant Governor of the state of California. Hello.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
He's one of our student researchers and a veteran, a military veteran.
Thank you for your service.
Navajo and
You're welcome.
American Indian Studies is his major. So.
With a minor in global business management.
Oh, right. Well, I'm a former United States ambassador.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm very interested in U.S. trade. So what do you want to do? What's your thinking?
What do I want to do?
Yeah.
I do a lot of like digital marketing, digital
Okay.
type marketing stuff, but who I work for is really dependent on like which community I'm around,
Sure.
which American Indian community I'm around.
That's great. Are you originally from California?
No, I'm originally from Arizona.
Oh,
Arizona, the Four Corner area.
And so how'd you find your way here?
I joined the military. Wanted to be a hero, and I was a hero. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty good. And then I finished that gig, and this was the closest school.
How'd you hear about the program? And was the fact that this center was here a part of what drew you to it?
Yes. So originally started out at the Veterans Center over on the other side of the campus.
Oh, okay.
The other side of campus.
Uh-huh.
And then I just kind of stumbled upon it, I guess. I mean, it was there. It was made known. And I believe I got an email too because of what
Sure.
the
When you
option we
filled
put
out.
on. And then
Fantastic.
I
That's
met
it.
everyone. And then I met everyone here.
This is amazing.
Isn't this great?
Yeah.
So let me show you around. And one of our points of pride, I'm a presidential appointee under Barack Obama, and I still serve the country. And in that capacity, I'm one of 13 Native people that serves in all things Indian education. But one of our local tribal women in this area, she works closely with the Violence Against Women Act
Sure.
and to pass it. And when President Obama signed the act, he gave her one of the pens, and so she gave it to us to put on display.
Wow.
So we need to make sure that that is reauthorized.
Yes.
So there you have it.
Oh, isn't that?
But that's one of our points of pride. And these things here, or these items here, our students are going to be working on developing more of these this semester. These are called silent witnesses. And in the U.S. and in Canada, there's an epidemic of missing and murdered Indigenous women. And in the U.S., we're starting to see those numbers increase. And we have a couple of bills before Congress now. One is to adequately count the missing and murdered Indigenous women, because we're finding that the numbers are pretty substantial, especially in areas like where there are man camps, like pipelines. So the correlation of the rape and pillaging of Mother Earth, and then our young girls and our women who are coming up missing and murdered. So our students will be working on creating these, and then they tell the story on the back of a real Native woman. So these are models, and we did this during our film festival, so they will have the actual stories of missing and murdered Indigenous women. And this year we're also doing children. So this one, she's pregnant. There was a situation that happened 2 years ago where a woman was abducted and her baby was carved out of her womb. And the police actually went to the neighbor's house, searched it, and her body was hidden in there. But they said things like, oh, she must have run away, right? But if you're non-Native, maybe you're a Caucasian woman and you miss, showing up to your family's gathering on Sunday from staying out late, you're all over the news. So missing and murdered Indigenous women, we're trying to bring attention so we can deal with the problem. And then one of the things, we do a lot of work in digital media. I wrote a grant a couple of years ago, and we got a large grant from the Keck Foundation. We were the first CSU to get that. And in here we have all of our equipment in our digital media. We'll be podcasting. We do a lot of work. I do a lot of work in film and TV. And that's so important to telling our own stories. So one of the things that we want to do is we're going to put those women, those silent witnesses, around campus. And the students can then hold their phones up and use the kind of the digital marker to go and find out how they can get involved.
That's amazing.
The National Indigenous
That is
Women's
amazing.
Resource Center.
That's fantastic.
So this is one of the films that I worked on. But we have 7 offices, and we also really encourage the community to come as well as use our space. This is a poster series that I did with my students several years ago, based out of a Cowboys and Indians theme party, which turned into kind of a racist response from the family. They hired an attorney and tried to go after my tenure because I said, ouch, that hurts. So with American Indians, when it comes to us, when people do something to us, like what you saw with Nathan Phillips in DC, right? The response, right? The changing of the narrative.
Right.
When we say something like, ouch, it hurts, please don't do that. And that was the tone of my letter. Instead of saying, I'm sorry I offended you, the family then becomes the victim, hires an attorney. Of course, the First Amendment also covers my right to say, ouch, it hurts. But now I have a whole book coming out, but we did this campaign. It's an award-winning campaign.
It's fantastic.
It's being used in Germany and in Brazil against racism and what have
It's
you.
fantastic.
Let me show you around because I know your staff probably wants to get you going. We have a tribal liaison. We had the first in the state of California, and she's also the vice chair of the Rincon tribe. So you've probably met her before, probably through politics and what have you. She just won her second term. They
Fabulous.
just cleaned our, and then we do a film festival, an indigenous film festival. We started here doing a couple days here and then one day in the tribal community. We have moved the entire festival to my tribe, which is Pechanga, the largest tribal casino in the state. And the tribe has provided us in-kind support to put on this festival.
Do they have a theater?
We have a 1,200 seated theater that we fill.
a 1,200
seated theater that we fill. And it was
Wow.
primarily used for concerts. And we outgrew this campus after, I think, our 4th year, and we, in 6 years, have become the largest Native and Indigenous film festival in the United States.
Incredible.
And it started out of screenings here on this campus being put on by our students. So this is my office, and you know what that looks like, because it has an ambassador. Yeah.
Which reminds me, I actually have to
Get
get
it
mine
framed.
framed. Print it out.
Let me just say, go to Michael's and use all the coupons, because
I
it's not
know.
cheap.
Look at how cute
Yeah.
that was.
So it's something especially for our students to see.
John Kerry.
Yeah, I would have liked a Hillary signature on there.
Mine's signed by Hillary.
Yeah.
Actually, it got lost when I went to Hungary, and I felt I couldn't believe it. I couldn't find it. I didn't have it. I'd never seen it. And so right before I left, in her last few weeks, they made a new one for me. And then after it was all over, we were packing up and moving home, someone at the embassy comes in and said, you know, we have this, the original one. And I was
too.
like, what do you mean you haven't been looking everywhere for it?
Well, that's awesome. I'm going to give you a copy of my latest book. Let me see. I think I have some here. And it's on Indian education in California. It's the first in the series of 10. We're
Will you
doing
sign
the
it
entire
for me?
country. Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. Dina has the book
So
coming
tell
out in
me
2
about
months.
your last name. Where does it come
Proudfit.
from?
My husband is Scottish. So I'm California Indian from Pechanga. My husband is Scottish.
Is that his name?
That's his name. How lucky did I get, right?
Everyone proud in it. I mean, it sounds.
Well, when I married him, I thought, oh, good, I'm going to get one of those fancy European crests, you know, with like a lion's head. Oh, no, it's a foot. It's a knee, and there's a lion's head coming out of a knee. Be careful what you wish for, because you'll get the lion. It might just be coming out of a white man's leg.
Isn't that great?
Oh, yes. Eleni, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. You went to the inauguration,
Yes.
the first one?
Yes.
Wasn't that the most incredible
Oh,
thing in the
magical.
world?
Marianne and I went together, Marianne from Morongo, and
I was there.
it was so beautiful, right? You could step on someone's foot and they would be like, no worries.
Don't worry,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible. They say there were, I just finished Michelle Obama's book, and I thought there were 1 million people there. Apparently it was closer to 2 million people who were there.
Wow.
And there's something about being with that many people, and at the moment he took the oath, it was totally quiet. No one was speaking. It was almost surreal, just incredible.
Well, you know, it's funny. I had put all those things away, and then for, I don't know, wedding anniversary, my husband had them all, you know, because he knows I'm a big Democrat. One of the things we've been married for almost 12 years, and at our wedding reception, one of the commitments I made to him was that I would never run for public office, but that I could support candidates and I could
Okay.
continue to work. No. But this is good, because he sees how hard it is, and he didn't want that kind of.
Do you have kids?
Oh, yeah, we have one.
Is this your baby?
Well, she's 7 now.
She's 7.
And
Oh.
I'm 50 years old with a 7-year-old. So, you know, one is. But so I work really hard.
16-year-old.
Yeah, well, there we go, right? I
It's
work
so
really
much
hard to
fun.
get people like you elected.
Yeah,
so,
well, wait until, it's a son or daughter?
daughter, Piper, Piper Thaubash, yeah. Yeah.
So we do have a few other stops on
We
the
do.
tour.